see them on street corners, under bridges, and makeshift tents in the city. But there are the unseen homeless, dwelling just under the surface of everyday life. Families, mothers, children, all experiencing the worst life has to offer and enduring psychological trauma most of us could never imagine. Vogel Alcove is committed to bringing those families from crisis to stability to thriving.
Homelessness comes in all shapes and sizes and for reasons that are very different for each person. It could be a loss of a job, a divorce, a case of domestic abuse. All the cases are different, but they all come here needing the same thing, which is a lot of care and love and attention.
For every person on the street that you see, there are probably 10 people that you don't see. Because if they're not on the street, they're in shelters. If they're not in shelters, they may be on someone's couch. If they're not on someone's couch, they may be in their car. So we've really got a crisis in this city and a crisis in this country of unaffordable housing, and it's only gotten worse recently.
Actually going through being homeless, like that was a first for me. Like I never been through something that traumatic with my kids, and for to have to make it like we're still living, we're still having fun with kids was super, super hard. So before that, I felt like broken down.
When families are in crisis, Vogel Alcove is an oasis of help. And with longtime partner Family Gateway, the new North Dallas campus provides a safe and welcoming place in a renovated hotel. It's a family's first step towards stability.
We love the hotel as a model for family shelter because each family has their own room, their own bathroom, and their own kitchenette so they can prepare their own meals for their children. We think that brings a lot of dignity. We will have Vogel move in with us in that property, which we're very excited about. Infant, preschool, toddler, and after-school programming will be managed by Vogel.
The families that are in crisis, they are the ones that are in shelters. They do not have any housing. They do not have usually employment. They're on food stamps. They literally are depending on the community to survive. They have no way of supporting themselves. But our job is to help them get to stability, and that's what we do here at the main campus. So any given day, about 50% of our families are virtually homeless. They're in crisis. But 50%, we've already moved towards stability. And they've got houses, they've got jobs, but they still need so many services to surround that family to help them be successful.
Maintaining stability, that's a big challenge. And in order to prevent families from returning to a life of homelessness, the expert team of teachers, social workers, counselors, and therapists at the Vogel Alcove main facility are all committed to making that transition happen. Kids get the help, attention, and learning they need, while parents get education encouragement that there is a way back to normalcy.
You know, if you were to come by and visit us, which I wish you would see amazing things happen on a given day. You would see moms dropping off their kids and then going to work. You would see kids that are in quality early childhood environments, learning every single day. You would see a nurse's office where kids can receive medical care. You can see the children receiving breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack. You will also see kids that are having challenging days, and you've got teachers that are trained to deal with that, because our job is to get them back on track developmentally, because the trauma that they're in has got them off track.
Like everybody's just so loving and caring and like concerned too. So like starting Vogel, like they help build me up as a person and as a parent too. Like they give you like the parent skills, like to be fully equipped to do this. Like again, like you can go to the business classes. I went through the parenting classes, the group therapy, like all that's been helpful for me. Like my mental health has been better, taking my therapy sessions.
What touches my heart are the stories that I have heard over the years that I've been involved with Vogel Alcove about the families who have desperately needed our services, who have come here, who have experienced love and care and respect, whose children have been cared for, and whose children have been able to overcome, in some cases, the devastating effects of homelessness and poverty.
It's been good for all of us because it helped me be a better parent. It helped me be like, okay, I can take care of my kids. I can actually be a person outside of that role as being a mom. Like, you still have to take care of yourself too. Like, you can't just, oh, okay, the sole focus is on the children. Like, no, it's on you too, because you have to be healthy. You have to be mentally stable and financially secure to take care of these kids and yourself.
It's been 36 years since Vogel Alcove began their mission in Dallas. Nearly 18,000 children have benefited from their comprehensive services. And with a track record like that, the next logical step is expansion.
We've established an outstanding program here at the main center of the Vogel Alcove, and we have for a long time been talking about how can we do more? How can we serve more people for a longer period of time?
Vogel Alcove wants to give families every possible opportunity to break the cycle of poverty and thrive. There are big plans for a unique campus in southern Dallas. The new site at the Reimagine Redbird Development will provide both childcare and job opportunities for parents.
What we're finding is that homelessness is all over the city. And so there need to be services provided all over the city. At Redbird in particular, the people who will be benefiting from Vogel's presence may not be currently homeless. And so the purpose of Vogel's coming to Redbird is to help people get from surviving to thriving. If you currently live in the Redbird community, but your job is in Frisco, which is a very, very common situation for people, or Las Colinas, you're on the bus for an hour and a half each way. So by the time you get home, you've probably had 4, maybe 5 hours of commuting. Now imagine that you can get to work in 15 minutes, drop your child off, take the escalator upstairs to your job, come down and visit with your child during lunch, and then pick your child up and go home at the end of the day. It's a life-changing amount of time that you're giving back to people. That's everything. That is the difference between a life trajectory that has an upward slope to it and a life trajectory where you're just running to try to stay in place.
Your donations can make these life-changing programs and facilities real. It's the gift of opportunity, education, and hope that can take families from crisis to stability to thriving.
We need your donations. We need you to support us financially as we expand into northern Dallas, into southern Dallas, to provide the top-notch, excellent care that we provide here at the main center for the families and their children who need our services the most. So we need you to dig deep into your pockets, be generous, and support an organization that is deeply devoted to caring for the most unseen but most needy of our community.
There are a lot of things that you can give your money to. There are a lot of people out there doing capital campaigns. But I am convinced that if you will invest in the life of a young child, you truly can change this community.
I just love this school. Like, I love Vogel. I'm gonna miss it whenever we do leave, but I really love this school. Like, I will hope that a lot of other schools can take notes from this school. Like, pay attention to everybody, help them.
Please give generously to Vogel Alcove's capital campaign, building children's futures, moving families from crisis to thriving.